This is still on the skeptic challenge here. I mean the placebo challenge. Some responses. I've got a smart response here. Just to update you on the placebo challenge, John Bennett, have issued a challenge to skeptics and atheists alike, who all are so hatefully opposed and antagonistic towards homeopathy. A very hostile antagonism towards the concept of homeopathy. Why? Well, my best guess is that because it doesn't have anything that's quite material about it. It's all electromagnetically charged little sugar pills, and they just refuse to believe that could have any effect on them whatsoever. So, they ask for all of these random controlled trials, and they say the burden of proof is on you. Well, listen, my friend. I live in the USA, where the burden of proof is on the accuser. Homeopathy is a well-established form of medicine. Maybe it's not used by you or your ilk, but it's been used for 200 years now. It's incorporated into law. We have the Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of the United States that was initiated by Congress about 100 years ago. We have an extensive materia medica, our reference work that has remained consistent throughout the ages, throughout the decades. Okay, so if you want to see something change about it, if you want it done in law, you're going to have to bring those charges against us. Okay, you're going to have to prove it. So prove it. Prove it's what you say it is. All right. Well, of course, they all run away. Run away. Oh, here comes Bennett. Oh, run away, everybody. We don't have any evidence, to back up our assertions. But we don't need any evidence to back up. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, well, run away, Randy. Well, Jim's amazing, Randy. I applied for his challenge 13 years ago, and he's been running from me ever since. Because he knows he's going to lose his million, or it's going to be found out that he doesn't have it. Right? All right. So anyway, nevertheless, because these people are so entrenched, intransigent, is that the word for it? They're so impacted, with their atheism and their skepticism and all their positive skepticism, their positive atheism, that they can't think of anything else, So instead of answering the placebo and coming up with that, he says, here's one from a young man from England, 24 years old. Here's a response. In the UK, his name is Rory Kelly, and and hats off to you, Rory, for putting your name on it, if that is your name, and I assume that it is. I'll believe that it is. I take things prima facie, at least at first, until proven different, right? So, most of these guys, they hide behind a pseudonym. There's a lot of hiding that goes on. I don't want them to know who I am, And of course, then they don't have any links to anything relevant to back up what their assertions are. All they have are denials, all right? It's all denial. Deny. All right, here's Rory Kelly. Rory says, you should read Bad Medicine by Ben Goldacre. Ben Goldacre, all right? Dr. Ben Goldacre, the medical journalist. He has a column in the English Guardian newspaper every week where, he's lambasting something different, with his bad science. And he says, you should read Bad Medicine by Ben Goldacre. All the information you asked for is in that book. I'll wait for your response and the subsequent deletion of this video. Well, I've offered to, if anybody can come up with the right answer to my challenge, I will not only delete this video, I will delete the entire channel and go join the circus as the circus geek, okay? And bite the heads off of chickens. I will take to shucking oysters, all right, or pineapple, all right? I'll walk around without wearing any socks, all right? I'll join you in your imprecations and your accusations and your hostility towards homeopathy, if you can show me one trial, all right? Well, we'll read this book here by Ben Goldacre, all right? I think his name should be Ben Dover. That would be a better name. All right, so my response to him was, the book title informs you of what the author promotes, Rory, which is bad medicine, okay? When I delivered my thesis, the supermolecular chemistry of the homeopathic remedy, at the Cavendish, Professor Josephson invited your hero, invited Ben Goldacre, Ben Dover, come over and bend over at the Cavendish. Take it like a man, all right? and ask so he could ask any relevant questions whatsoever. But Goldacre said he couldn't get away from his boring day job, and he stuck his head back in the sand, where it's always been and where it always will be, is back in the sand. He can't get it. Well, occasionally, and I have an example of that. Completely destroys your hero. Right? So, Goldacre, like the rest of his ilk, Ernst, Colquhoun, Edzard Ernst, David Colquhoun, James the Amazing Randi, etc., Stephen Novella, all these people, Goldacre has to stay as far away from legitimate science as soon as possible. As soon as he hears about it, run away. Oh, there's some evidence. He's got some evidence. Run away. Oh, what? You want to see what evidence? We don't have it. Run away. Right? Meanwhile, John Bennett stands there, right, waiting. Bring it on. Come on. So what they have to do then is they have to rely on magic, sleight of hand, sleight of mind, delusions, and their own hollow statements. Now, just show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. Just give you a little taste. All right. Here is a video of your hero, Ben Goldacre. We'll take this off its mount. There he is. There's your man. Let's try and get some of the glare off of this. Okay, and ready, 1, 2, 3, fire.
I think now there's absolutely no question that for people who do not find a benefit from homeopathy, from mainstream medicine,
right,
that they should use homeopathy, and especially in cases where there is no medical treatment. I think at the very worst it can do no harm, and I think that's exactly the case in the cholera epidemic.
Well, what do you know about that? There's Ben Goldacre, the man, who's supposedly written the definitive notice. The definitive notice on homeopathy. He says, if you have a problem, if there's something that medicine can't give you, can't help you with, use homeopathy. You heard him say it. You can look this up. This is the debate. It's on YouTube, right here in front of you. It's on YouTube. The debate between Goldacre and Peter Fisher, the royal homeopath. All right? And I'll put a link to this in this video description, in the video description field of this video. All right? Fair enough? There's your hero, Rory, going down in flames. Auguring in. He's auguring in. Look out. Mayday, mayday, mayday. A case against the homeopathy is going down in flames. Goldacre has just defected and is telling people to use homeopathy when regular medicine, when your conventional mainstream medicine doesn't work. Well, guess what? All conventional mainstream allopathic medicine doesn't work. It doesn't work, okay? So in other words, what he's telling you is use homeopathy exclusively. And if you think I'm twisting his ruse, I'll prove it to you. Your allopathic medicine is killing 100,000 people a year at least with properly prescribed, properly administered allopathic drugs. The leaders, the biggest companies in the business, Pfizer, GlaxoSmithKline, Merck, hey, they're getting fined. They're getting criminal indictments for their criminal activity, bribing doctors to push untested drugs. Okay? Or to use these drugs. Here's this guy, Pinsky. How about Pinsky, huh? Pinsky, Dr. Loveland or some Loveline, for CNN, right? Yeah, he received $275,000 from GlaxoSmithKline to push these untested drugs on his patients, saying that some arthritis medicine or something like that would make you more sexually athletic or something like that. So these doctors should go to jail. These allopathic doctors that accept these bribes from Glaxo and Pfizer, jail, prison, put them in prison. Let them think about what they're doing, like that guy that was treating Michael Jackson, okay? Yeah, prison time, all right? That's what they need. That's what we need in order to change this whole thing. It's some prison time for these allopaths. Put them in jail. GlaxoSmithKline, $3 billion. $3 billion fine for pushing untested drugs on people and bribing doctors to help them do it. All right? Same fine that Pfizer got. So that's $6 billion just between the two top companies that, for criminal misconduct. Now, what does that mean? That means that theoretically they can't sell to government anymore, right? Watch, a year from now, unless you do something about it, they're going to keep selling this crap to people and poisoning people. 100,000 people a year with properly prescribed drugs and properly administered in hospitals are killing people a year, and another 200,000 die from other causes due to those drugs. Okay, outside of the hospital, the ones that got away, the ones that escaped, run away. Get out of the hospital as fast as you can, ladies and gentlemen. They're pest holes. Use homeopathy. It's the only real medicine. The placebo effect here is allopathic medicine. That's the placebo, is allopathic medicine. Keep tuning in, watching my show. You'll believe it. All right? The facts, the science are on my side, not theirs.